is Miss Ann, your Sparks director, and it is our final AWANA meeting for this particular year, April 22nd. And we have some information to share with you. We are going to be doing a virtual awards night, so as soon as we know what that will look like, we will get that information to you. We're very sorry we couldn't get together to do that to, all of us in a group, but it's just not going to work out that way. Let's go ahead and get ready for, we do have a good story tonight. If you had any birthdays over this last week, I'm so sorry we weren't able to share and be with you for that, to celebrate that, but we'll get you your birthday pencil. So grab your handbook, make sure you have your vest on, you're all ready to go for AWANA, and have your Bible. So tonight's story is Sparky Braves the Big Bees, and I picked this one specifically. It's a longer story. It has our Sparky character who we love so much, and this story really highlights the importance of courage, and I think at a time like now we all need a little courage to get through what's going on. The bugs of Stump Village were the happiest bugs in Sunny Hollow. They jumped out of bed early every morning, ready to start the day with a hot breakfast. They worked hard, they played hard, they slept hard, until that fateful day when everything changed. It was a sunny afternoon when the Snugglebugs arrived in the Stump Village. There were hundreds of them, and each one was very cute and cuddly. They chanted together, "We are Snugglebugs. We can sing sweet songs and help you sleep." But the bugs of Stump Village didn't need help falling asleep, but they thought the Snugglebugs were so adorable that they each took one home as a pet. But Sparky the Firefly and Katie Cricket didn't take one. Oh, that looks so cute. Look at those big fluffy Snugglebugs. As the bugs carried home their pets, the Snugglebugs sang, busy bug, do you work all day? Lay down, send your cares away." Katie frowned when she heard the song. Something's wrong. These bugs don't sound as nice as they seem. And that night, all the bugs of Stump Village hopped into bed and snuggled their way with their new Snugglebug friends. What they didn't hear were the words they sang when they fell asleep. Honey for my muffin, honey for my cake, honey by the spoonful, all the food we'll take. The next morning, the streets of Stump Village were empty. The shops were closed well past their opening time, and the village school was empty. That's because all the bugs were stuck in bed. They were too tired to get up. As Sparky left Bella the butterfly's house, he turned in just in time to see the Snugglebugs sneaking away with food from the village storehouses. "Stop!" yelled Sparky. "That's our food." But the Snugglebugs did not listen to Sparky at all. Sparky and Katie flew to Clyde the Centipede's house at the top of Stump Village. Clyde was the wisest bug and would know what to do. Clyde was very worried after Sparky told him what happened. He was even more worried when he looked down at Stump Village and saw a frightening sight. All the Snugglebugs had come back and were stealing the rest of the food from the village. "Look here," said Clyde. "The bugs of Stump Village have been deceived. Those are not Snugglebugs, those are biting bedbugs. Anyone bitten by a bedbug becomes sick and lazy with lazy bug fever and can't get out of bed." "Now they have all our food," Sparky said. "What are we going to do?" Clyde scratched his long beard. "We can't stop them by ourselves. There are too many of them. After they leave, one of you must look into the storehouses to see what's been taken. The other must travel to a very dangerous place immediately. The Big Beehive." Minutes later, Sparky was flying to the most frightening place in Sunny Hollow, the Big Beehive. No bug ever wanted to go to the hive. It was called the Big Beehive for a reason. The hive and the bees were huge. Sparky just spotted the hive when a loud voice called out, "Halt! Stop in the name of the Queen." When he looked up, Sparky was surrounded by big bees. Each one was beefy and broad with black and gold stripes and a stern face. They all had their weapons pointed right at Sparky. "Why have you come here?" asked one of the bees. "Anyone who comes near our queen without permission risks severe punishment." Sparky was terrified. He wanted to fly away as fast as his little wings could carry him, but everyone in Stump Village was counting on him. He had to be brave. Thankfully, Clyde told him the secret password. "Queen Bee, marvelous mother of all bees." The big bees took a look at one another for a moment. Then two of them took hold of Sparky's arms and flew him to the hive. "I sure hope Clyde remembered the password right," Sparky thought. The big bees carried Sparky to a huge room filled with buzzing bees of all sizes, shapes, and colors. The queen bee sat in the center of the room on a large throne. "What's your name?" she asked. "Why have you come to my hive?" Her voice was not friendly or kind. Sparky was more afraid than he had ever been, but he reminded himself that he needed to be brave. And he said, "My name is Sparky the Firefly, and I'm from Stump Village." Then, with his voice growing stronger, Sparky told the queen everything that had happened. "Help us, O Queen Bee. You're our only hope," he pleaded. The queen bee thought for a second and smiled. "It's dangerous for little bugs to come to my hive," she said. "You're very brave to risk that danger for your friends. We will help you." "Thank you, Queen Bee," said Sparky. "Place this honey flower at the top of the tallest building in Stump Village. Do this before the sun rises tomorrow, and we will find you." Sparky flew back to Stump Village and placed the honey flower on top of Clyde's house. Early next morning, they waited on Clyde's roof. "I hope the big bees really can cure ladybug fever," said Katie. "But what are we going to do about the food? I searched through the storehouses yesterday, and those terrible bedbugs took all of our food. There won't be a single bite to eat this winter." Before Sparky could answer, the big bees had arrived, and some of them carried dippers and buckets of golden honey. The queen landed in the town square with her megaphone. "The bugs of Stump Village," she called out. "This is the queen bee, and we are here to help you." The big bees swarmed into every house, and every bug received a drop of the queen's delicious honey. "Hooray!" they cried. It was so good to feel well again. All of the bugs of Stump Village flew, hopped, or crawled to the village square to get a glimpse of the queen. "Where is the young firefly that came to see me?" she asked. Sparky landed in front of the queen. "You saved our village, your majesty." The queen smiled. "You saved your village, Sparky. You were brave enough to ask for help even when you felt afraid, and therefore I would like to grant you one more request." "What else can we do for you?" "The bedbugs stole our winter food. We won't have anything to eat once the weather turns cold." The queen waved her hand. "What was taken will soon be returned to you," she said. In no time at all, the big bees returned with every sack of stolen food. "Your Majesty, we removed the bad rash of naughty bedbugs. They are on a faraway island, and no other bugs will ever be deceived by them." The bugs of Stump Village let out a tremendous cheer. Then Clyde threw a big bee bop party, and for the rest of the day, Stump Village had an infestation of some mighty happy insects. "Thank you again, Queen Bee," Sparky said. "We will always be grateful." "You are most welcome," said the queen. "You will always have friends in the big bee hive. But don't forget the password." The next morning, Sparky woke up to find a very happy sight. All of the bugs had finished their hot breakfast and were buzzing around the village. Sparky quickly ate his breakfast and went into the town square ready to work. Because Sparky braved the big bees and the big beehive, the bugs of Stump Village could once again work hard, play hard, and sleep in peace. So this reminds me of Joshua 1:9. "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And that's such a good reminder. So what I want you guys to think about today is, what can you do next time you're afraid? All right?